Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. The stakes have been raised here in the wildcard round as it's time to win or get an early start on the offseason. It's the Broncos going up against the Patriots. So let's get you up to Foxborough as we check in with our commentators, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today we continue on in Wildcard Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. In the backfield is Anderson. And he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's Lynch. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So they get the completion. That's good, but Charles, probably not good to get hit on the first play of the game.
No coaching staff ever wants their quarterback hit on any passing play, especially to start the game. What you're hoping is you have one of those tough guys back there. But sometimes when they get hit early, gets the juices flowing, and they get right into the game.
Escaping the pressure right. C.J. Anderson, the intended target. And 4th down coming up.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This will be fielded at the 17. A beautiful fake. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Patriots take over. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Little motion now from the tight end. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
Play clock winding down. On 2nd down, Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. Back deep to return it is Lucky Whitehead.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. Cut back, left sideline. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. C.J. Anderson, 81 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. A second down throw for Brissett. And Gronkowski's got it. Complete over the middle. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Third down now following the completed pass. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Brissett from the gun on third. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's fourth down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
You have to love Jamie Collins. You can use him just about anywhere on the defense. Inside linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. He might even play a little bit of safety if you give him the chance.
Second down following the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Needed 13, they got 14 on third down. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what...
Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Allen Robinson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate, and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On second down, here's Lynch. Looking deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. What people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 20. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Rob Gronkowski, he's the cowbell of this offense.
So good that you just can't call him a tight end. You call him a special receiver. Can often line up on the backside of a formation and be the primary target. And no one has more fun in this league than Gronk.
Come on, let's go.
On second down, Brissett again. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Brandon Marshall, no, not the wide receiver, a quality linebacker who can cover very well.
Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Brissett now. And Robinson with a big catch. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate.
First down, Brissett. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
2 yards to go here on third down. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. And a big tight end shifting around. Play fake. Brissett. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Sanders has it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Shift together here from the D-line. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run for it with Michael. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Kristen Michael taking it in from a yard out. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And his kick is good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Marshall now, the return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. After the interception, here's Lynch. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Lynch. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. On second down, Lynch. And his throw here's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. Now Lynch, and he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Take it at the 37. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2nd down, Brissett. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. A first down throw for Brissett. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
This is caught. Gronkowski. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And they pick up a first down, and that came...
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Brissett. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 6 yards away. And the Patriots have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 10 yards still left on second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go.
A fake to Anderson. Now it's Lynch. He's going to let this one. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marquise Goodwin, 78 yards. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. It's up and good to make it 21-17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Brissett. And this is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Play action now. Brissett trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Denver getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing, Lynch. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
They come up in an offset eye. Brissett. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, and now it's second down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Come on, flex round, Ohio, flex round, flex round, Ohio, flex round. Let's go, what, 90.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They give to Johnson going right. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Aguayo's kick is good. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup. As we see, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Patriots. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
To throw is Brissett. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, here's Lynch. He goes underneath for Anderson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamie Collins in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second. On second down, Lynch. Left side here to Sanders. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the third quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
So the Patriots coming out now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talked about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
In motion, Gronkowski. They go back to the air here after the INT. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. Give him 22 on that one. And that's good for a New England first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Come on, let's go.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. 23 yards on the play.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it'll be first down, New England.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the red zone now, Brissett. That is caught inside the 5. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing, Brissett. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's second down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Again, it's Brissett, and his throw's going to be incomplete. This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And the D looking like they may blitz. It's a quarterback sneak. They gave it to him in search of his third touchdown, but he's denied, and the Bronco defense comes up big. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here we go now.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
39.
Throwing here, Lynch on first down. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 36 yards.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Barkevius Mingo in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Foxborough. Second down, here's Lynch. Now they go screen, it's complete. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And the back goes into motion. On third down, Lynch. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Second down following the run.
Ohio! Here we go!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
Brissett on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Brissett. And this is incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. So the Broncos coming out now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this one caught by Max Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And ready now for 2nd and 9. Again, Anderson shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Sheds a 2nd man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Doesn't matter who the runner is going to be each week. Defenses get ready to gang tackle. They want multiple people to the ball. They want to make sure they take the proper angles to the runner. Make sure there's no place for him to spin out and go what they call through the back door and get away from people. And he'll have plenty of guys there to hit him, try to knock the ball free, the whole deal.
Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Lynch to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's third down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Let's go. Blue landed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And McManus able to put it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the fourth.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Marshall now, the return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Brissett to throw on first. He's going to let it fly. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they've managed to get it done.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
And Robinson with a big catch. A very solid gain of 27. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
All right, now look at 57. No, check. Patriot. All right, here we go.
The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
All right, here we go. Blue landed. Blue landed. Come on, now. Come on, now.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so